Hello, I'm Jeff Cowie. I am the Urban Planning and Policy Advisor for Kwalendon First Nation. And today I'd like to take you through a virtual tour via Google Earth of Kwalendon settlement land. So here we're zooming in from a high altitude perspective of North America and Canada. And we see the Yukon Territory. And that white line that appears on your screen and flashes, that's the boundaries of Kwalendon's traditional territory within the Yukon Territory. So we'll now fly in for a closer look. And there we have Whitehorse. And now we'll see all of Kwalendon's settlement lands in yellow. So those yellow parcels represent all of Kwalendon settlement land, so it includes Kwalendon's rural lands or R blocks, which are now flashing, the S sites or site specifics, which are now flashing, and Kwalendon's community lands or C lands, which are now flashing. So that's the full quantum of Kwalendon's settlement lands within its traditional territory. Now we'll go in and take a look more closely at Kwalendon settlement land within the city of Whitehorse. So now we'll turn off all of the parcels that represent Kwalendon's rural lands or R blocks, and we'll turn off the layer that has all the site specifics or S sites, and what's left then are Kwalendon's community lands. And the community lands are defined as Kwalendon settlement lands within or near to the boundary of the city of Whitehorse. So again, that white line is the city of Whitehorse municipal boundary. All those yellow parcels you see are Kwalendon's community lands or C lands. Now we're going to turn off those C lands or community lands that are outside of the boundary of the city of Whitehorse. And really what we're focused on today are strictly the parcels that are within the limits of the city of Whitehorse. So those yellow parcels are community lands within the municipal boundaries of the city of Whitehorse, and those will be the subject for the community lands plan. Okay, Kwalendon has approximately 80 community land parcels within the city of Whitehorse. There's approximately 20 community land parcels outside of the city of Whitehorse. So we're just going to look at those parcels within the city, and the first stop on our tour is going to be C41. So in this perspective we can see McIntyre subdivision or C41. It's bounded by Hamilton Boulevard. To the right of the screen we see the airport in downtown Whitehorse. Now we'll take a look at this image taken by a helicopter this summer. Now Kwalendon settlement land is divided into three types. Type 1 parcels are those parcels where Kwalendon has full self-government authority over the land. Type 2 parcels are those parcels where Kwalendon can enact its own planning, zoning, and land development powers as long as they're consistent with what the city of Whitehorse has in place. And type 3 parcels are parcels where Kwalendon cannot enact its own land planning and development powers. It has to abide by what the city of Whitehorse has within its official community plan. So in this case on C41, this is a type 1 parcel. It's a category B parcel, which means that Kwalendon owns just the surface rights to the parcel. It doesn't own what's beneath the ground, so any oil, gas, or minerals that lie beneath the parcel Kwalendon would not own. And within the agreements, each parcel is given a designation, and in this case C41 is designated for residential, commercial, or First Nation institutional use. It affords a wide spectrum of opportunities for development, and the size of the parcel is roughly 158 hectares. Okay, now we're going to fly from C41 to C5. And C5 is up at the junction of the North Klondike Highway and the Alaska Highway. It's bounded by the Alaska Highway, and you can see the subdivisions of Hidden Valley and McPherson, Takini River and Bridge to the north, Yukon River to the east. So let's take a look at the image. So C5 is a type 2 parcel, category B, designated for residential use and has a size of approximately 70 hectares. It's highly developable, very good location, and relatively flat. So lots of potential there for Kwalundun. So from C5 we're going to fly a little eastwards to C145. C145 is on the Alaska Highway West, so just a little past the turnoff to the North Klondike Highway, and it's mainly frontage along the Alaska Highway. We'll now take a look at the image of the parcel taken by helicopter this past summer. You can see the Alaska Highway running to the right of the image, and this is type 2 parcel, designated for residential commercial use, category B, and has an area about 2.5 hectares. From C145 we'll fly south to C9. C9 is in the Porter Creek area. It's along the Alaska Highway. You can see the Porter Creek subdivision to the right of the parcel. The industrial part of Porter Creek is just on the eastern part of the boundary, or part of the parcel, and the western edge of the parcel is bounded by the Alaska Highway. So now we'll go in and take a look at a photo of the parcel. In this image you can see in the foreground the Alaska Highway, and then to the right, upper right of the image, you can see the industrial part of Porter Creek subdivision. C9 is in the middle. It's a type 2 parcel, designated under the agreement for light industrial use, category B, and has an area of approximately 7 hectares. So from C9 we'll go a little eastwards into the Coulon subdivision. Now Coulon subdivision is an industrial subdivision within Whitehorse. Kwalundun has a number of lots within the subdivision, and you can see those parcels outlined in yellow. We're going to look at a couple of them, starting with C173. C173 is located at the entrance to the subdivision. In this photo you can see the Alaska Highway in the background, Coulon subdivision in the foreground. That forested lot is Kwalundun's parcel. It's a type 2 parcel, designated for light industrial use, category B, and is just a little over 1 hectare in size. Now we'll look at another one of Kwalundun's parcels within the subdivision, C175. And we'll fly in and take a look at a photo. It's a type 2 parcel, designated for light industrial use, category B, and has an area of 2.61 hectares. And another parcel that's very well located, lots of development potential for Kwalundun. From C175 we'll go east, take a look at one of Kwalundun's parcels along the Yukon River, C140. This is located at the junction of Croucher Creek and the Yukon River, and you can see on the left side of this perspective you can see Mountain View Golf Course. To the left of that would be the Whistle Bend subdivision. So C140, let's go in and take a look at the photo. It's a type 1 parcel, so in this case Kwalundun has full self-government authority over this particular piece of land. It's designated category B, and within the agreement its intended use is residential or commercial, and has an area of just a little over 2 hectares. And there's a Kwalundun citizen currently occupying this area as a fish camp during the summer months. From C-140, we'll now fly a little south to a parcel along the Yukon River, C-43. This is located just below the Mountain View Golf Course, which is in the general area of Whistle Bend subdivision. We'll fly in a little, take a better look. And now I'll pull up the photograph, and here we go. We have C-43, which is along the Yukon River, type 2 parcel, relatively flat bench beneath the Mountain View Golf Course. It's category B, designated in the agreement for residential commercial use, and is just under 18 hectares in size. So from C-43B, we'll fly now south to C-15, and C-15 is located along Range Road. You can see the Northlands Trailer Court just to the south, Whistle Bend subdivision to the north, Mountain View Drive to the west, and this parcel is one of Kwalendon's prime parcels within the city of Whitehorse. Highly developable, great location, relatively flat, and we'll now fly in and take a look at some of the photographs of the parcel. So here we are looking south at C-15. That's Range Road in the foreground, wrapping around the parcel. You can see Mountain View Drive, a portion of it just to the upper right. This parcel is a type 2 parcel, and it's designated under the agreement for residential use, category B, and has an area just under 15 hectares. So again, in this image here, you can see the ridge line to the bottom of the photograph, offering some great views. It's relatively flat, an excellent candidate site for residential development, and very good location, so highly developable, and an excellent parcel for Kwalendon. So from C-15, we'll just take a look at lot 226, which is in the general neighborhood. Lot 226 is the home of the former Old Village for Kwalendon, now referred to as lot 226. It has kind of two parts to it. The southern portion is relatively industrial and developed, and the northern portion is still undeveloped wetland area. Crow and Swan Streets are on the northwestern tip of the parcel. So now we'll fly into the image at the bottom of lot 226, and in this photograph we can see the Marwell area, Yukon River in the background, and the portion of lot 226 that has been recently cleaned up by Kwalendon, and now the intention there is to turn that into a business park through the Chunaquan Development Corporation, which is KDFN's development corporation. So that's the southern portion of the lot, and we'll now look at the north. Here we have a relatively undeveloped wetland, still providing lots of ecological functions for the area, and a significant wetland within Whitehorse that could be protected through some of the work that we're going to be doing under the Community Lands Plan for Kwalendon. So this is a type 1 parcel, meaning Kwalendon has full ownership, or sorry, has full self-government powers over the parcel. That's the category A parcel, which means that Kwalendon owns both the surface and subsurface rights to the land, and it has an area of roughly 107 hectares. So from lot 226, we'll fly east to C-116. So in this perspective, we see C-116 on the eastern side of the city of Whitehorse. On the left of the screen, we can see downtown Whitehorse, the Yukon River, Long Lake Road snakes along the westernly edge of the parcel. Now we'll fly in and take a look at one of the images taken this past summer. This is from the south of the parcel looking north. You can see the power line, which pretty much forms the westernly edge of the parcel. It's a very large parcel, around 350 hectares in size. It's a type 1 parcel, so Kwalendon has full self-government authority over this piece of land. It's category B, and again offers a lot of development potential for Kwalendon in the future as the city expands and infrastructure is brought out into this direction. There may be some significant opportunities for Kwalendon to develop this for residential use over time. We'll look at another image. Again, this shows one of the benches that kind of runs through the center of the parcel. Okay, from C116 we'll move west to C42. C42 is located along the Long Lake Road bordering the Yukon River. You can see the downtown Whitehorse area across the river. Yukon runs along this parcel, and C42 is also across the way from another parcel that Kwalendon owns, which is C143. It's outlined in yellow there near the southern portion of the lot. We'll look first at one of the images of C42. This is taken from the south, looking north. You can see Long Lake Road, Yukon River, downtown Whitehorse. This is a type 1 parcel, so Kwalendon has full self-government authority over the land. It's a category B and designated for residential commercial use within the agreement. From this image, we'll now take a look at an image taken in the north part of the parcel. This is Kwalendon Cemetery along the Long Lake Road. We can see the Marwell neighborhood across the Yukon River in the background, and again this is looking north. So C42 again offers a lot of development potential close to downtown Whitehorse, excellent location, and highly developable. So from here we're now going to go down into a parcel that Kwalendon owns within the city of Whitehorse. It's C73. It's on Jarvis Street. It's an individual residential lot, and you can see that it's pretty much within the heart of the city. We'll now fly in and take a look at an image of the site. Now this is currently being developed by Kwalendon's Development Corporation, the Trunaquan Development Corporation. They're building a small residential project on this lot, and this image was taken this past summer showing development of the foundation, and you can see in the image the proposed project upon completion. So it's a type 3 parcel. So type 3 parcels are really parcels that Kwalendon has within established neighborhoods within Whitehorse, and they have to follow the direction of the official community plan. So in this case it's residential use, and that's what it's currently being developed for. It's a category fee simple, so it was privately held at one point. Now it's settlement land for Kwalendon, and is the type of residential lot that Kwalendon has within Porter Creek, for example. Kwalendon has a number of these small individual residential lots that are within existing neighborhoods, and they all, like this one on Jarvis, are very developable. So from C73 we will fly east and a little south to the Riverdale neighborhood, and you can see Riverdale to the right, the Yukon River, and downtown Whitehorse to the top left of the screen. This is a parcel that Kwalendon has on Newsetland Drive. It actually consists of two parcels, C77 and S367, but they're really considered one large parcel and planned for accordingly. We've done lots of planning and development work around this lot that suggests it has a lot of developable potential. You can see its location in the heart of Riverdale, across from the school, along Newsetland Drive, proximity to the Yukon River. In this image we can see the lot running along Newsetland Drive, Lewis Boulevard to the left of the image, across from the school, flat, the site of the former Yukon Hall, and excellently located for a range of development opportunities. So this is type 2, designated under the agreement commercial or First Nation institutional use. Again, these designations are broad and they can be changed to accommodate different ideas, but this offers Kwalendon a range of development potential, and it's category B. And the size of the lot is just under 3 hectares. So from the heart of Riverdale, we'll now fly a little south to C61. C61 is located on the Grey Mountain Road, and we'll take a closer look at the image. In this photo, we're looking at the parcel, and it's a general shot taken south. That's the Long Lake Road running on the left of the photo, Grey Mountain in the background. It's type 2. Under the agreement, it's been designated for residential development. It's category B, and it's just shy of 70 hectares in size. Again, another great parcel for Kwalendon, highly developable, and offers a lot of potential in the future for residential use. So from C61, we'll go a little south along the Yukon River and show you a couple of parcels that Kwalendon has that are just at the outskirts of the city. We'll start with C188 on the Yukon River. In this case, this parcel is opposite the southern end of the city of Whitehorse. It's bounded by the Yukon River. Let's take a look at an image. In this photograph, we're looking north. There's the Yukon River in the foreground, and this parcel is undeveloped. It borders the Chadbourne Park, which has been established by the city of Whitehorse, which is generally in the background there. The parcel is in the foreground along the river. It's a type 2 parcel, designated for residential commercial use, category B, and has an area of roughly 138 hectares. So now we'll look at the neighboring parcel, C128. And in this perspective, we see the white line that indicates the boundary of the city of Whitehorse. There's Grey Mountain. Boundary runs over top of the mountain. C128 just lies along the Yukon River. We'll take a look at an image. In this photograph, we're looking north. There's the Yukon River. Again, this is an undeveloped parcel, bounded once again by the Chadbourne Park, established by the city of Whitehorse. This is a type 2 parcel, designated residential commercial. It's category B, and has an area of approximately 276 hectares. Okay, from the south end of the city, we're now going to move over to Mount Sima Industrial Subdivision, where Kwalendon has a number of parcels. We're going to look at C181 and C182. So we'll take a closer look at the parcels. We'll fly in, and you can see Mount Sima area with the Alaska Highway curving to the upper left of the screen. C181 and C182 are individual lots that are neighbors, and these are all industrial lots within an existing industrial subdivision. So let's take a look at the photo. Both of these lots are type 2, designated for industrial use within the agreement, category B, and they have a combined size of just roughly over 2 hectares. So well located within an existing industrial subdivision, and with clear development potential. So from C181 and 182, we'll go north along the Alaska Highway to look at C24. So there's C24. It's just off of the Alaska Highway in the area known as Squatters Row. You can see the downtown Whitehorse and airport in the upper part of the screen. We'll now fly in and take a look at an image of C24. It's a type 2 parcel. And this picture is taken looking northwards. So it's heavily forested and designated within the agreement for residential commercial use. It's category B and is around 78 hectares in size. So this parcel was identified by citizens as part of the land vision exercise we did several years ago as being a prime candidate site for residential development. It's very close to town, undeveloped, and again offers some very good potential for Kwalendon. From C24 we'll move north along the Alaska Highway to C56. C56 is a parcel opposite the airport, so you can see it fronts the Alaska Highway just across from the airport and in the neighborhood of the Hillcrest area. So we'll take a look at a photo. This is taken looking south along the Alaska Highway, and you can see the frontage of the parcel along the highway. It's a type 2 parcel designated for residential commercial use, category B, and has an area of roughly 21 hectares. We've done a lot of planning work on this parcel. It's one that offers significant development potential to the First Nation, variety of different commercial uses, and it's well located, close proximity to the airport and surrounding neighborhoods. So another great parcel for Kwalendon. Okay, the last stop on our tour is going to be C112 in the Copper Ridge neighborhood. So we'll fly a little west. Here we can see Copper Ridge. There's C112. We'll fly in and take a look at one of the photographs. So in this photograph we're looking north. You can see the parcel to the left side of the screen, the existing Copper Ridge neighborhood to the right. This is a type 3 parcel. It's category B and is roughly 6 hectares in size. Highly developable, great location, and it's really an extension of the existing residential neighborhood. So we'll take a look at another image. This here shows more of the ridge line to the west of the parcel, some great views, and you can see the existing right-of-ways built into the parcel. There's no infrastructure there, but it is highly developable and is one of the crown jewels, I would say, of Kwalendon's land quantum within the city. And finally, here we are looking south this time, and again you can see the proximity to the existing houses and the road right-of-ways going through the parcel. So that concludes our virtual tour of Kwalendon's community lands within Whitehorse. Kwalendon has approximately 24 square kilometers of land within the city, some very highly developable parcels, and there are lots of opportunities for both economic development and the safeguarding of more traditional values like heritage and wildlife on these lands. So properly developed, they really can form the foundation for Kwalendon's future prosperity. So if you have any questions about any of this, please do not hesitate to call me. Once again, my name is Jeff Cowie. I can be reached at 633-7800 extension 119. Thank you.